Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. We are talking about the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case, 15-year-old boy who vanished from his Hendersonville home on February 25th, 2026. Since then, there has been no sighting of where Sebastian has been, and still yet today, we have no idea where he is. Tonight, we're going to be looking at some very interesting things, some new things, some new recordings that have came out, one clip that is shocking, and some things I've been working on. So stick around. We have a lot to talk about tonight on the other side of this, as long as my internet works.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face.
You know it.
They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me stand. I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cost. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my glove, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Let's go, mother chickens.
Hold up, lights on, chat in the room, another late night, and another headline blooming. Coffee gone cold, but the story got heat, and one little detail keep tapping my screen. Coming in clutch, when the timeline bends, we don't just scroll, we connect loose ends. Somebody said, nah, that's probably enough, but the chat said, Justin, we're coming in clutch. Run that back, don't rush that part, something fell wrong from the very first start. Different day, same shaky excuse, and the math ain't mathin' when we check the proof. I'm not here to play detective for fame, I'm here when the story starts changing names. One clip, one call, one post too much, and the whole room knows we're coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, yeah, the facts stay loud, truth don't hide when we bring the crowd. Screens lit up and the chat don't sleep, we dig real deep where the stories get steep. Pearls in the chat, lights in the back, somebody better explain why the story went flat. You can dodge one question, maybe dodge two, but the internet clock what you said don't cue. Wait, Say that again, you said it was there, then it wasn't back then. You said you forgot, but the record got saved. Now the chat's wide awake and the room just changed.
Coming in clutch when it all gets strange, when the facts get buried and the tone starts change. We don't need drama, the truth does enough. That's why they pull up, we're coming in clutch.
Late night crew, yeah, we built this thing. One live stream turned to a whole damn ring. Members in green minds holding it down. Whole chat moving like a small town crowd. No fake hype, no lazy spin. Just one more clue and we're back again. If it don't sit right, we don't let it slide. We put the detail right up on live.
Coming in clutch, say it one more time. Whole room locked on the very next line. From the first red flag to the final touch, you know where to be, we're coming in clutch.
When the screen fades out and the night gets still, somebody somewhere knows truth comes real. We'll be right here when the next facts drop. Coming in clutch and we don't just stop.
Damn, the chickens. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right mother chicken here. And I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is August 21st, 2026. It is currently 10:53 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States, and I pray to the good Lord, please, Lord, let my internet work. Part the internet see and make my internet work, please. Good to see you all. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. We are talking about the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. I do apologize for sitting here with the, doing nothing. I'm really fighting with this internet. Good to see everyone up in here. A lot to talk about tonight. It's been crazy, nasty, all the things in Sebastian's case the last few days, as it simply always has, unfortunately. But tonight we're going to get into some things. There is about a minute and 39-second clip that I heard, and to me, it says a lot. Now, guys, before we get started, a few things here. First, mods, let everyone have their opinions. Opinions is, like I say, every single day. I'm one of 8 billion on the planet. Don't take everyone's opinion so seriously. It's just an opinion. People can absolutely disagree with me, you, or anybody else. It's okay. It's okay. And I actually really like for people to disagree with me, because it makes me it really helps me with my theories in these cases, because it's interesting when someone fires back, to be quite honest with you. Because you gotta, if you believing in something isn't gonna change anything, right? Like we gotta put our theories to the test to make it stronger. And I'm okay with that. I'm simply okay with that. So thank you guys for all being here. Before we get started, if you would be so kind and please do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you are on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up button or double tap that screen. If you're on the mobile device, you're on the mobile feed. And if you would consider sharing this live stream out, hit that share button, copy that link, drop it in any of your favorite social media. And if you would consider hyping this video on YouTube, you get 3 hypes a week. And guess what? If you don't use it, mother chicken, you're going to lose it. And we don't want that. They're absolutely free. And you have to do it after the live stream on a mobile device, your phone, your tablet, or anything that is mobile. Okay, Holly, very generous of you, my darling. Thank you very much for your support. We love you, Holly. I love puppies. I miss my Jaja so much. Thank you so very much. Really do appreciate you, baby. It's good to see you. Um, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for Get Me Not. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. I really, really do appreciate that. Forget Me Not. Thank you very much for your support, my love. If you received one of those, please thank our beautiful Forget Me Not. Truly an OG here. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you very much. Don't fear a soul. Amen, sister. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for that. The gold coin. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Love the women. Why are you applauding? Because I like to. Because I like to. And because everything we should celebrate. We should celebrate. There are others that try to duplicate my applause, but they will never be the applause. That's all I got to say about that. But that's a whole nother story. Good to see you, April. Thank you so much for the hiding, my dear. Really do appreciate you. We have the applause here. The others just have the clap. They just have the clap. We have the applause, okay? So, anywho, I love the applause. Some people like it, some people don't, but I've had it from the beginning, okay? Anywho, some of you know what I'm talking about, and I'm a sandwich does. Hello, Alicia, good to see you, my darling. It's yes, we like the happy energy. That's right. Don't fear soul. Thank you, MVP. Hold on. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, darling. Appreciate you. Stowing in the bushes and shared. Thank you so much, Carol. Appreciate you, baby. It's good to see you. Hey, Sarah. Good to see you, baby. Say my name, say my name. I love that song. At least you're awake here and present. Yes, thank you. We try. We try to stay awake. We try. You know what? I'm not even gonna start. I do. Yeah, we're gonna keep it classy. Gonna keep it classy. You know how we do it. Okay. Very interesting things. First of all, make sure you watch the interview, of course, but he was Seth, the biological father of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, was on the interview room. Very emotional, very, very emotional live stream, if you ask me. I walked away, went live, and started sobbing at the beginning of the live stream. It was a really good live stream. If we get time, we will watch a little bit of that this evening. Doubt it if we'll have time, but make sure you watch the interview room. Chris is really, working on the Sebastian Rogers case. I'm so glad that he had Seth on there. I really hope Katie and Chris would take the offer and go on Chris's channel, the interview room. Chris has a lot of resources. He has the experience, and why not? Why not? Right? So there's that. It was good. Yes, it was very good. Hey, Deb, good to see you. I'm so sorry I missed anyone. Please, big blanket hello. Big blanket hello, Deb says. That's right. Hey, Ward, good to see my friend. Shari, hello. Bobby, I just finished the replay. It was great. CP and KP aren't going to. Well, they should. They should. They certainly should. Why not be proactive in your missing child's case? So yeah. Okay. So going to get to a few things. I was not surprised when I heard what I'm going to play. You guys know my opinion on this case. It's not been a surprise. It's truly never changed. on this. Again, every opinion is welcome here on this case. I don't want to talk past each other. I want to really have a conversation on why someone may think what they think in this case. My opinion is that Sebastian did not walk out of the home on his own. There's a lot of reasons I say that, but mainly because there's nothing to suggest that he did. I do think Sebastian absolutely made it home that evening, but I don't think he walked out of the home by himself. And all that. So, no way did he walk out of the home alone. I don't believe he did either. However, I know a lot of people that think a lot of things, and like I said, let's I'm not here to I'll always give you my opinion straight up, but I'm not here to I think we can talk toward each other than rather talking over each other or past each other. You know what I mean? Melissa, thank you so much, darling. So good to see you, my dear. Thank you very much for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you. If you receive that, make sure you give Melissa a big thank you. Thank you so very much, my dear. So, the other day, we talked about this the other day, Elevated Truth, he started speaking, and there's a lot of people that's like, Elevated, go, and then there's a lot of people that's like, what the hell is he talking about? And there are things that he said that I absolutely believe, based upon where we've been for the past 2.5 years, people that I've spoke to privately, in private matters, that's knowed individuals in this case for a lot of years. And we've seen the stepdad go off the chain, just completely off the chain. And listen, I get it. All of this, we're not getting any of them at the best time of their life, right? Nonetheless, you can't threaten someone's life for their opinions or whatever, right? And Elevated Truth shared something that I was shocked for a minute, and then I thought, no, I'm not, because this is just kind of the ordinary, in my opinion, for Edgar, who I call Edgar. Now, that being said, what it made me really sad was, it made me sad for Sebastian. It made me go back and think about the other interviews. It made me go back to this recent lawsuit that was filed recently that, again, quote, the CPS, things in the CPS records that are now in a public filing and all of that. I don't think any of the parents are perfect parents. I don't think any of us are perfect people. This is the thing. We should never expect perfection from anybody. But the least I think we can do is expect the parents to play the part of when their child is missing. And little Sebastian, he was 15 when he went missing. and Seth may be in here and stuff, and I don't like for him to hear this, because he's got a lot of hope still yet, and we can never give up hope, regardless. I personally, I pray that I'm wrong, but I don't think Sebastian is here any longer. I pray to God every day that I'm wrong. Regardless, we need answers. Sebastian needs answers. And Seth needs answers. And Chris and Katie says they want answers. Graham, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much for the gold coin. Thank you very much, honey. So, I'm going to play something, and if you listen to it, it's really bad what you're going to hear. We're going to start out with that, and it's bad. I have a call Monday with the Sign Shop in Sumner County to discuss donation for Signs for London. That's amazing, Blue Angel. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. Okay, Alicia, honey. Oh, it's almost dark there. I know the days are getting shorter. It'll be a long time. We'll be changing. Their personalities at the center of my concern are frightening to my senses due to their shifting stories. Story shifting for high facts, in my opinion. I agree. This is the thing that I just hope us creators can be, is just honest with the things that have been said, with things that the parents have said, and using the parents' own words. But anyway, release this, and again, here we go. Let me see. I might turn it up. It is a little bit hard to listen to in every aspect. Let me just first say that. In every aspect, it's hard to listen to. It's not really that clear, but not only that, it's the sound is a little bit off. But here we go.
You don't have any ambitions in life to do anything great and big other than sit on this fucking computer and talk shit about people.
Okay, so Chris starts out there as, you don't have any, I think he says, ambitions in this life other than to just talk about people.
Talk shit to people, do it to their face and see what that gets you.
Want to talk shit to people, do it to their face. See, right?
It's probably going to get you 6 feet in the fucking ground, because I guarantee you come near me, lay a fucking hand on me. I dare you.
He says it would probably get you 6 feet in the effing ground. Now, he's mad. He's mad here. And he says, I don't know if it'll play captions on this. 1 second. Let me see if I can get captions to play. I doubt it. It'll work. I'm seeing if it'll generate some captions. Well, that's what it made me think of, Sebastian right there, and I immediately thought of Sebastian with his breastplate, where his little chest didn't even grow even. It did a few captions. Again, I didn't think it would do very much. But here we go. I didn't think it would pick it up too much.
Because you don't have any ambitions in life to do anything great and big other than sit on this fucking computer and talk shit about people. You want to talk shit to people? Do it to their face and see what that gets you. Because it's probably going to get you 6 feet in the fucking ground, because I guarantee
probably get, he says, it would probably get you 6 feet under. No, you're not blocked in it. I see, baby. And he said, I'm right hand to God. I'm begging you.
And I promise you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner ain't enough meals for you to bring to that fucking fight. But I'll bury you in the fucking...
What did he say right there?
I promise you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner ain't enough meals for you to bring to that fucking fight.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
And I promise you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner ain't enough meals for you to bring to that fucking fight.
I promise you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner ain't enough meals to bring to that fight.
I'll bury you in the fucking ground and let your kids watch.
That part is bad. He says, I will, again, this is not me saying this, but he says, I will bury you in the effing ground and watch your kids watch.
Oh, let me replay that real quick because I'm a fucking liar, right? Because crazy shit wasn't said on the phone. Like, I'll bury you, right? Listen again.
That is so bad. I don't even know who thinks like that, to be quite honest with you. I don't even know who the fuck thinks like that.
But I'm a liar.
Okay. Let me see here. But then he says, but I'm a liar, mother effing, mother chicken or something like that. Okay.
Fucking money that you need to support whatever little fucking habits you'll have because you don't have any ambitions in life to do anything great and big other than sit on this fucking computer and talk shit about people.
Well, the thing is, the last thing that anybody wants to think about is that anyone could do anything to a child, right? He just said, they said, they didn't mind anyone's opinions, but apparently here they
You want
do.
to talk shit to people? Do it to the face and see what that gets you. Because it's probably going to get you 6 feet in the fucking ground. Because I guarantee you come near me, lay a fucking hand on me. I dare you. I'm begging for you. And I promise you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner ain't enough meals for you to bring to that fucking fight. But I'll bury you in the fucking ground and let your kids watch. And then when it's all said...
Oh, let me replay that real quick because I'm a fucking liar, right? Because crazy shit wasn't said on the phone. Like, I'll bury you, right?
So I believe you.
Listen again. But I'm a liar. Remember, I'm a liar, motherfucker.
Motherfuckers really rely on shit. They play on fucking people's emotions and their thoughts. They get the fucking money that you need to support whatever little fucking habits you'll have because you don't have any ambitions in life to do anything great and big other than sit on this fucking computer and talk shit about people. You want to talk shit to people? Do it to their face and see what that gets you. Because it's probably going to get you 6 feet in the fucking ground. Because I guarantee you come near me, lay a fucking hand on me. I dare you. I'm begging for you. And I promise you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner ain't enough meals for you to bring to that fucking fight. But I'll bury you in the fucking ground and let your kids watch. And then when it's all said and done, I got no problems laughing and walking away.
And he says when it's all said and done, he will, after burying, I guess we was talking to Elevated Truth here, that he says he would bury, I'm assuming him in front of the kids and then let the kids watch and then walk away. No, he doesn't have kids. Okay, well, I don't know, but I don't want to talk about that. But who was he talking about? That absolutely is Melissa. That absolutely is. Well, it just makes it more sick, in my opinion. It just makes it way more disgusting that he says it in front of, like, why would you say something like that? Like, who would fucking think about something like that? But it makes me have even, I am not sure who he was talking about, but I have my suspicions. Edgar talks big. I guarantee it's another bully. Showed up here to run. Well, no, Edgar, he's been very vile to neighbors and stuff like that. He's been vile on here. Again, that to me, it's just like one of the worst things that you can actually say to someone who would even think about. You know what I mean? So, beyond. That's just it. What type of person would even think that? Well, makes you wonder where Sebastian is, in my opinion. Again, you will never hear me say, and I don't think anybody should say, that someone is guilty of something, but I do think they know more, in my opinion. Now, I want to go over some things here that I've been combing through the last few days here. And again, if you look at what Elevated Truth said, again, I personally believe him. He said he's had a lot of the receipts, and he showed that one, at least right there. I know Edgar, he has threatened, I think, a few other creators in the past, if I'm correct, who would say something like that. Maybe someone that's done it before. I don't know, looking beyond. I don't know, babe. But I don't know. I hate that everything has went the way it's went, to be honest with you, with this case. Here we go.
They brought in their special little tools.
Okay. So we kind of left off on this part the other day, and now we're going to kind of build onto some of those things that I was looking for the other day. This is actual recording of Edgar talking about the night Sebastian went missing.
They brought in their special little tools and their gadgets, and they do what they do. When they saw that there was my truck's internet on their system, they were like, well, this is a new one. Well, no shit, because it's my truck. Doesn't need to be in anybody's conversations about where it was, when it was, and how it was.
Chris, did you hear me say that I don't believe that Chris had anything to do with Sebastian? Okay, so then in saying that, when I spoke about your truck, do you think I was insinuating that you had something to do with Sebastian's disappearance?
Now, this is an older recording with Elevated Truth. This is a much older recording. These were the ones I was looking for the other day. So just listen here.
No.
That I don't believe that Chris had anything to do with Sebastian. Okay, so then in saying...
So Elevated Truth did ask something interesting the other day. And I think Elevated Truth does know a lot more. And when it comes to certain things, Edgar always jumps up on the panel. Always jumps up on the panel when he speaks out. And in my opinion, it's to control a narrative or to try to feel like to gain some control, at least, of how that conversation is going to go. Very typical, right? Yes, Sebastian, Brittany, yes. I don't understand how they are getting by. Well, I did see Sky Maiden made a comment about Sebastian being taken out of the garage by yours truly. I heard him say that. Now, that is something that I disagree with him on. I do not feel at all that Sebastian was placed in the garbage truck. I don't feel, in my opinion, that the trash truck guys, because I've got conversations with God, I can go when I talk, it immediately brings up stuff that I've got in this case because I haven't covered it in a while. But I've got conversations with the trash truck guys and all that. That was there that morning. I don't think Sebastian is in the trash truck at all. I don't feel like he's in the landfill at all. I do feel like the trash was heavier that morning. I do feel that. And I also feel like there was things that they were interested in the trash can. Just Samantha, Justin, I now feel like subs were lied to and feed a narrative when a lot of not so good things were going on inside that house, and I stand on that. Right, just Samantha. My opinion has not changed. It just has not changed on this case. I don't care how good someone or how nice, a parent is to me, right? If Seth was, which you guys know, I love Seth, if you will. But that don't change what happened that night. Because if he was just nice to me, or I thought he was funny or something like that, if I didn't know that mofo was not in that jail that night, trust me, it wouldn't give a damn how nice he was to me, right? It just wouldn't. I wouldn't give a damn. I don't care how nice you are to me or not. These parents are going to be, nice to you if you agree with them and all that stuff. But you got to show. You got to show. So that's why I've always stood with Seth. Is he perfect? Nope, he's not. None of us are. None of us are perfect. But he can certainly explain every single date where he was prior to Sebastian going missing, any time, any question, anything. When you have stepdad saying, I can't give exact dates. You can't give exact dates to whenever your stepson went missing, even before. Why can't you give exact dates to when you were in your own damn home before your stepson went missing? Makes no sense, right? Butterflies, thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. Really do appreciate it. Just like Chris says, stay with the house. Chris McDonough, yes, until you find reason to move elsewhere. Oh, Deborah, it's my internet, baby. It's my internet. It's probably going to be blurry tonight for sure. Hey, Sharon, good to see you, honey. Yes, but Seth is the only one out there every day. Apps 1,000 freaking lootly. Apps 1,000 freaking lootly. Yes. Yep. That's exactly right. He's the only one out there. Doing what he can, when he can, how he can. And I don't give, if your child, if you had joint physical custody of your kid, and you got them on the weekends or whenever you got them, and you wasn't told that CPS was there and they had them being ready to be eligible for a foster home, and then your kid shows up missing, you're going to be fucking pissed off. Pissed off. It's just that simple. It's just that fucking simple. Okay, so they did the geofencing February 25th, meaning before midnight, and February 26th, meaning after midnight 2024. They do not need to do any geofencing after Sebastian was reported missing. Geofencing warrants are very, very specific. Strict criticism have been brought to the Supreme Court for privacy concerns. The warrant would only be between the hours of when Sebastian went missing and not a minute more. If Sebastian was reported missing at 6 or 6:30 p.m., they are not getting any geofencing warrants much more after 6:30 that morning. They're certainly not getting a geofence warrant at 1:30 p.m. on February 26th, 7.5 hours after Sebastian was, again, reported missing. Okay? That's very important. And he says, Chris says with his own mouth that it was, the warrants were February 25th and February 26th. Now again, I'm going to tell you what he says, and you're going to hear it for your own self. He says they looked at his truck at, 1:30 during the day, when there was about 50,000 cops, volunteers, TBI, everyone there. Leslie, thank you so much for 22 months. Much love to you, my dear. Really do appreciate you, Miss Leslie. You are a rock star, a legend. Appreciate you, babe. Butterflies, thank you for the gold coin. Really do appreciate you, babes. In my opinion, CP, like police officers, CP workers, teachers, it's the same manner. I just think that nobody can get along with him, really. Okay, listen.
Chris, did you hear me say that I don't believe that Chris had anything to do with Sebastian? Okay, so then in saying that, when I spoke about your truck, do you think I was insinuating that you had something to do with Sebastian's disappearance?
No, that's not what I said.
I know. So my point is, it was said that your truck was there. I explained that they did because you told me that they did the geofencing thing for the 25th and 26th. Okay, am I right?
You told me they did the geofencing for the February 25th and February 26th, 25th and 26th, right?
I didn't tell you exactly what dates. I told you when they did it. However,
well, I think he did. I think Elevated probably has that recorded, in my opinion. Now, again, I think he's here to try to control the narrative, if you ask me. Okay?
What I'm telling you is don't insinuate my truck or me on the 25th or the morning of the 26th.
Don't insinuate me or my truck on the 25th or 26th. Well, you said that people could have their opinions on that, right? We've never seen, a fact sheet of police giving that out, right? Oh my God, Kels, thank you so much, babies. Appreciate you very much. Thank you for gifting 5 mother chicken pearl necklaces. Appreciate you, babies. Thank you so much. Much love to you, my darling. If you received one of those, make sure you give our Kels a big ol' thank you. Thank you so much. He meant only opinions that he likes. It's what it seems like, doesn't it? Don't talk about my trip today.
I didn't.
Or me on the 25th or the morning of the 26th.
I didn't. So why?
Right. And Elevated Truth said, I didn't.
They brought in their special little tools and their gadgets, and they do what they do.
Just listen to that 56 seconds.
When they saw that there was my truck's internet on their system, they were like, well, this is a new one.
When they saw that, okay, now I want you to listen to that. When they saw my truck's internet on the system, right? Now, again, I have a vehicle very similar to Mr. P-Foot's, and I do not think that I can turn my internet off. It's always on, it's always active, and if you have the password, great, and if you don't, it's still going to do a handshake.
They brought in their special little tools and their gadgets, and they do what they do. When they saw that there was my truck's internet on their system, they were like, well, this is a new one. Well, no shit, because it's my truck.
Well, this is a new one. Well, no shit, because it's my truck. Well, see, I don't think, if you remember what Chris told Nerdy Addict, he said they were looking for, well, obviously they're looking for abnormalities, vehicles that have never been in the area, phones that have never been in the area, or haven't been in the area for quite some time, right? And to me, it's weird that for a long time, Edgar would not even talk about when he was actually back at his house, right? Again, it never made really much sense to be guarding that. When the last time you was at your own home, days and weeks prior to when Sebastian went missing. But now I think this explains it, in my opinion, because there was abnormalities that someone may have not been in the area for quite a while. Now, again, he says it was like 1:30 on the day Sebastian was reported missing. He was reported missing like around 6 or 6:30 that morning, and at about 1:30 he says he gets home. But the FBI knows precisely the minute and the second that vehicle and or phone pings on any router, on any Bluetooth device, or any tower. And I think that was a big question for them, in my opinion. Thank you very much, Cisco. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you for the clutch. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Don't fear us all. Thank you again for the gold coin, honey. Appreciate you very much. Very sweet of you. What's so sad is Sebastian was asking to be rescued by the CPS worker, but they failed him. Well, they certainly failed him. Yes, they should have done something with KK and Chris, and a long time ago at least. Well, a lot of people, I think that they really failed Sebastian, the case in the beginning for sure. You're the one who figured out he wasn't supposed to be there. Well, what's another thing that's very interesting? It's the patterns people do. The patterns people do. We are all kind of creatures. This is Tennessee. Yep, Tennessee. We're all creatures of habit, and things that are leading up to a person going missing or being unalived is very important. Things that happen afterwards as well are very important. And about 36 hours after Sebastian goes missing, very strange things happen, in my opinion at least. And that is when he goes back to get his camper that's 3.5 hours away, that he paid, again, his words, that he paid weeks and months in advance for. Heaven forbid your kid or your loved one, or your stepkid or whoever was missing. I don't care if I was late on my rent. I would give a fuck less about that camper that was 3.5 hours away, and much less if I paid for weeks or months in advance for the lot rent. Yeah, you can clear up what the foster care meant. I don't think it was meant for what you would automatically think. What do you mean by that, my dear? Okay, I would love to see that in a small southern town, people get away with more because they knew each other. Yeah. Justin, did you hear E.T. and Seth's interview where E.T. slipped and said Sebastian passed away? I did not hear that. No, I have not heard that, actually. Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to something else. I just want to finish playing this little clip here.
Doesn't need to be in anybody's conversations about where it was, when it was, and how it was.
Chris, did you hear me say that I don't believe that Chris had any...
Doesn't need to be in anyone's conversation about where it was, when it was, and how it was. Well, you've given your alibi, right? And people are questioning it.
Okay, so then in saying that, when I spoke about your truck, do you think I was insinuating that you had something to do with Sebastian's disappearance?
No, that's not what I said.
I know, so my point is, it was said that your truck was there. I explained that they did because you told me that they did the geofencing thing for the 25th and 26th. Okay, am I right?
I didn't tell you exactly what dates. I told you when they did it. However, what I'm telling you is don't insinuate my truck or me on the 25th or the morning of the 26th.
I didn't. So why?
So, yeah, there we have it. Now, again, I will not ever, you won't hear me say that CP or KP did something that they unaligned anyone or had. But I do say that I do believe that they knew more. Now, one thing that it's very common behavior between some, I always say there's nothing new under the sun, and if you look at Letitia Stout, who unalived her stepson, Gannon Stout, I noticed a lot of similarities in the pattern of speech with certain things that was stated between Letitia and what CP said. Now, a note is that CP, also known as Edgar, he has not been charged, named convicted of anything to do with Sebastian. Letitia Stout has. However, some of the things that they said was very interesting. And so here you go. Chris versus Letitia Stout say similar things. Letitia said the following before Gannon Stout was found. Chris has not been named a suspect or a person of interest by law enforcement. However, both are step parents and both have had missing children in their home. Letitia Stout was later convicted of unaliving Gannon Stout. This is just a point. This is just to point out a view of similarities in interviews both have done. Again, CP is not currently a suspect or a person of interest. Chris is innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law says otherwise. This is for comparing languages, use for educational purposes.
People. When Sebastian's found, people are going to have to learn how to eat some humble pie.
I am going to be so ecstatic when I'm able to say to people that I hope they have a really sincere apology for all these theories that have came out online, for all the things they said that.
Okay. Also, I just want to say Letitia Stout would not show her face in the beginning of when Gannon first went missing. Very similar to CP and KP, they would show only their hands in some interviews, and on YouTube they would be faceless with their first interview.
Tell you something, and then they want to spin it and twist it.
Turned and twisted, and people can see that I'm not missing and see that I am being cooperative.
Myself and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board.
Okay, and I think my internet might be going out again.
All three parents were vetted. All three parents were cleared. Now, law enforcement's not going to come out and say that. They can't. And then they want to spin it and twist it.
Turned and twisted. And
they tell you something. Somebody's going to take this and twist it.
Little bit of similarities there, don't you think? Little bit of similarities there, I would say, to say the very least. Rachel, thank you so much. I'll play that before just a couple seconds long.
People. When Sebastian's found, people are going to have to learn how to eat some humble pie.
I am going to be so ecstatic when I'm able to say to people that I hope they have a really sincere apology for all these theories that have came out online, for all the things they said that.
And they tell you something, and then they want to spin it and twist it.
Turned and twisted, and people can see that I'm not missing and see that I am being cooperative.
Myself and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board.
All three parents were vetted. All three parents were cleared. Now, law enforcement's not going to come out and say that. They can't. And then they want to spin it and twist it.
Now, law enforcement can absolutely come out and say that anyone is cleared anytime they want to. To me, in my opinion, if all three parents was clear, they would say that. I believe Seth could be cleared, in my opinion, but I don't think that they will clear Seth because, in my opinion, they can't clear others.
And twisted, and
they tell you something. Somebody's going to take this and twist it.
Somebody's going to take this and twist it. Okay, so moving on here. Now, there is only really one door that Sebastian could have left out that night, and that was the front door. Why do you say that? Well, because every other door, deadbolt, was locked. And Sebastian had autism, and he was scared of the garage door. You know how garage doors are loud when they open and close? He would not mess with that door. Not only that, on the left-hand side of the home, there was a camera that could see the garage door, any movement, all night. There was a camera on from the neighbor's home, on a front or on their at their home, and it was so sensitive from across the street that if any of one in Sebastian's home would even turn the light on or off, it would automatically start recording. That's how sensitive this recording was across the street. Okay, baby kisses, thank you so much, excellent work. Thank you, baby, appreciate you very much, really. Thank you for that. Texas Plain Jane, love that, thank you so much for the treat. Thank you, love your name, honey. I have a feeling these weirdos had cameras all over the house. Well, let's think about that a second. It's interesting you said that comment, because it feels pre-meds. They took down the cameras. You know, we know. I was thinking about this the other day. We know that there were cameras inside. I think I was probably the first person to put that information out, if I recall, about the inside. You know, I talked about Sebastian even allegedly going to the kitchen in the middle of the night. You know, if somebody wasn't, you know, at the house or whatever, and they were on there, get a notification and start allegedly yelling over the phone at him. But cameras inside. We know that mom worked for a security company. She installed security, home security devices, and cameras, right? Okay. So we have that about mom. We have cameras inside the home. In my opinion, which we've got photos as well, there is cameras on the outside of the home. But I was also thinking about this. She had even a camera in her car. That's what she does for a living. She had a camera in her car. And you mean to tell me that, you know, no outdoor cameras were working that night? Interesting. Not everyone has a camera in their car. And I do think Elevated Truth ended up speaking on that, by the way. So a little more to that. Two exterior internet source. Oh, okay. This is more about the internet exterior. Two exterior internet sources that went in and out of the area that night. The stepfather says one device was his, but claims it wasn't in the area, I guess you could say, until 7.5 later after Sebastian was discovered missing, reported missing. When stepdad arrives home, supposedly being 3.5 hours away, law enforcement has no reason to do the geofencing after the child is known to be missing. They go back to the hours the person could have disappeared. They only get a warrant between the times that law enforcement could have possibly or that the child could have went missing in. They get a window that they can get it in.
Before electronics were around, they didn't have card teams that could come in and figure out what phones were used, what Wi-Fi's were in the area.
Right.
Now, mind you, it was said that there were only what, 2 exterior internet sources that came in and out of the area that night.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it funny how one person said,
So this is Granny and Elevated Truth at a conversation.
was his?
Yeah, that'd be a little weird, for sure.
Oh, it got quiet real quick on that one.
I answered.
I don't
This
think I
is
understand
old.
what you're.
I don't
I'm sorry.
understand.
I don't understand what you're saying. That's why I'm quiet. I'm sorry. I don't get it.
He's
It
saying
was said.
supposedly on the night that Sebastian disappeared, they go through and they check like all the Wi-Fi in the area, and there was only 2 Wi-Fis that came in that area and left that area.
That came in that area and left that area.
Like 2 open networks, 2 traveling Wi-Fis came in and left.
Okay.
And apparently Chris claims one was his truck.
That
Both.
night.
Yeah, there you go. 2 traveling Wi-Fis that came in and came out of that area. Well, if Chris was... Now, think about that a minute. If Chris hadn't been there in days or weeks prior to Sebastian went missing, Granny says comes in that area and goes out of that area. Well, that means he would have had to have come in that area and have gone out of that area. When Chris says he only showed up at what time? 1:30 on February 26th. He would have just came in that area, and he wouldn't have left that area, meaning didn't really leave home until about 36 hours after he initially arrives home on the 26th, right? He was home the 27th and ended up leaving, I think, allegedly the 28th. The 28th earlier in the morning. And that's when he goes back 3.5 hours away to I say Memphis, but it's what's it, something, I can't think of the place in we're talking about here. What was the place where he had the camper? I can't think. Most normally people would sit down and show receipts that would show that they were nowhere near the scene for that critical 24-hour time. He won't. Not normal. No, it's not normal. It's not normal. Yes, but something Haven, Mississippi. I know it's Mississippi, but I'm trying to think of a Yogi Bear, but I'm trying to think of the city. I can't remember. Horn Lake, Mississippi. There we go. Yeah, Horn Lake, Mississippi. So isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Okay. Now let's go to this right here.
Okay. Know that he went specifically out the front door. What made you think that? What made you think that?
We presume that he left out the front door. We never know 100%, obviously, but we presume based off of process of elimination, going over it with law enforcement, going over the house, where things are, how things are, Sebastian's routine. And the fact that that's the door that he always uses or prefers to use, because I won't say 100% of the time he does come in with me through another door, but that's the door Sebastian prominently uses. That's the one that if he were going to sneak out of the house or leave the house for whatever reason, that's the most reasonable door that he would have left out of.
Right. And you got to remember that Sebastian supposedly leaves out of this home between midnight and 6 a.m. without shoes at the end of February, and takes no phone, nothing except potentially a flashlight, a little keychain flashlight, the kind they give you on the little promos, like the free pins they give you, but it's a flashlight, right? Well, this is the same. Mississippi is corrupt for criminals. The night manager at our restaurant was unalived, and the guy was convicted but let go on bond, waiting for appeal. That's crazy. Don't say I don't know why he went out the front door. Yeah, that's what she said.
Any of the others would have made.
This wasn't the one I was meaning to play.
Not only that, but
Listen to
if
this.
somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Right. So this was a question. I can't remember if this is the one I asked Smiley to ask or she asked it. I can't remember. But think about this. If he would have came out the front door, like Chris says, Sebastian would have been seen on camera. There's a code. Well, he was inside the home, right? He was inside the home and he had to go out the front door. There's a code on the other side, if I recall correctly, but you don't need a code to get out. But just imagine if someone walked up to that door, right, to get inside the home or to meet Sebastian at the front door, or to pull up in the road or walk up in the road, they would have been seen on camera as well. If Sebastian walked out, he would have been seen on camera. If someone would have walked up to the door or the home or the road, driving, walking, that would have been seen on camera as well. Again, the street or across the street from them, that camera is so sensitive that when a light is flicked on or off in Sebastian's home, even just a simple light flicking on or off, it picks up.
And based on, something would have been.
Hold on.
Believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
And based on,
We love Roswell.
something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible from that Ring camera from across the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's it's visible from across the street. That's exactly right.
Has been, like I said, every video, and I've said this through Facebook, everything in the neighborhood, I'm walking anywhere from 2 to 4 miles in an hour. Okay. From midnight to 6 a.m.
Here we go.
Sebastian could have had anywhere from a couple feet outside the house to potentially up to maybe 24 miles away.
Not a chance. You can't get, he couldn't get 2 miles barefooted, let alone 24 miles barefooted. Okay. Here we go.
I've noticed that it seems like the common sense ideas that he went out.
This is, again, an older one, but I'm putting them all together of different times they've talked about this, and also Chris being on their panel.
And with some motivation behind that means.
Listen to this. Listen.
And B, I've noticed that it seems like the common sense idea is that he went out the front door, and with some motivation behind that, meaning that law enforcement says there's no foul play at this time or no sign of foul play. Is it possibly
Bullshit.
because you had cameras inside your house to protect your family, and they saw him go? That camera saw him go out the front door.
Two things about that nature. I do not disclose that information. One, because I don't have the clearance from law enforcement to discuss those things. But what we have discussed with law enforcement.
Now, we know that is not true, because I have emailed law enforcement. I've shown you that email with the detective. I asked, is there anything that, which law enforcement never advises. They're not attorneys. They cannot advise you on what to say that you can say in any way, shape, or form, right? At all. They're not attorneys. That's what your attorney gives advice for. And they said, we can't tell them. I've shown you the email. I can pull it up now if you want me to. They said that they can't say things that, to say or not say what they can. But what is just a simple question of asking whether you have cameras in your home to see if Sebastian walked away, right? And you can't forget, a year after Sebastian goes missing, I think after even this recording, I could be wrong on that part, they allegedly, well, there is more TBI or FBI comes in their home and does a search warrant, and they take cameras from inside the home. These are allegedly cameras that they took after Sebastian went missing. Now, again, this is a mother that has cameras on the inside of her house, allegedly on the outside of her house. She installs cameras for a living, and she even has cameras in her fucking car. And you can't say whether Sebastian might have been seen on camera walking from, leaving from the inside of the home. Are you kidding me? That would clear you up in 2.3 seconds, if you ask me. You show Sebastian leaving that night between the hours of, I'll give it 10:30 p.m. on the 25th and 6 a.m. on the 26th, barefooted and without anything. That would clear your ass up in 2.3 seconds, in my opinion. But that's one of the whole mysteries of this case, right? Sebastian gets home and he isn't seen leaving outside of the house. But you got cameras on the inside, cameras on the outside, cameras in your car. Come on now. Come on, folks. Tori, thank you so much, my dear, for the clutch. Appreciate you, love. And thank you for the silver star, babies. Appreciate you very much. Thank you for your support. And it could help find you 1,000%. 1,000%. And again, they did 1 year after Sebastian went missing, got a search warrant, got back in the house, went back to the house. They got cameras inside the home. These cameras, again, were supposedly installed after Sebastian went missing. They got also electronic devices and allegedly phones inside the home as well. Absolutely, X-Cross, yes. Chris Cross, yes. Thank you, Meme Gene. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. Also, if there were cameras in the home that were working, the police would have already said they have evidence of him leaving the house. 1,000%, Nicole. Instead, the TBI FBI statement said he was never seen leaving. 1,000%, right? And to me, that says that you don't want to answer that there's, were there cameras inside your home. That says in my opinion, that's what went to the trash that night.
Is kind of where that needs to be. Just one, for safety reasons for our house, and my wife and my daughter, and when Sebastian, one of those situations.
I completely understand that, right? It was a question that's been thrown around a lot.
People don't.
Okay. Oops, let me find that right here. Oops, wrong one. Okay. All right, so there's that right there. I work at SIL, and we have cameras on the front and the back of the house. Yeah, you would think. In my opinion, I think so. Also, cameras and hard drives. Yeah. Don't they have a freaking district attorney in that house or town? You would think. You would think. Well, don't you looking beyond? You would think. Okay, here we go.
Looks like Missing in USA says, why are they wanting camera footage from Sunday afternoon?
Okay. Now, this was it was truly one of the, if not the first interview that they did, one of the first interviews that the parents did after Sebastian went missing, and they went to a YouTube channel, Duchess. And law enforcement and TBI certainly wanted to know about Sunday evening. Now, which I've always found extremely interesting. Why would law enforcement want camera footage Sunday evening before Sebastian even went missing? Right? Sebastian was at the steakhouse. He is seen getting back in the car. They are back home within about 10 minutes. And Katie says, he's in his room playing. She's on the couch. She says, talking to her husband, who is 3.5 hours away. And then they're talking for a very lengthy conversation. Who talks to their husband 3.5, that's 3.5 hours away for hours on the phone, right? Nobody. Yeah. Yes, Chris Cross. Do you disagree with me, Chris Cross? Do you disagree with me?
Because
listen to this right here.
Looks like Missing in USA says, why are they wanting camera footage from Sunday afternoon?
Sunday afternoon.
Because
that we cannot release right now.
Okay,
That is not
I
something that
understand.
has been authorized us to
Right.
put out to the public.
Now, I like playing with them, Annette. I like playing with them, so we'll play with them. Just the fact that he refers to law enforcement for everything is mind blowing. It is. He says that we can't put out. Why law enforcement wants to see footage of before Sebastian went missing. Okay. E.T. said last night, where was that go? They do if they would say that Ellie had already been told something went. In fact, they hadn't been told it. What do you mean? E.T. said last night they would say that law enforcement had already been told something. I don't know what you mean. I think so, Meme. To be honest with you, I think so. Yeah.
And we respect that 100%. Ginger Snap says, I was reading that his favorite song is Eye of the Tiger. That's a great song.
He's got an eclectic taste of music. He is
You can come in under your real account. That's fine. I don't care who you are.
We have been checked out. We have been questioned and
Everyone's
everything of that
welcome here.
nature. And literally have been
right here. Again, one of the first interviews, days after Sebastian went missing, he is saying that he's clear, mom's clear, Seth is clear. Not a chance. Still yet 2.5 years later, nobody is clear.
he has an opinion.
Of course.
Yes.
But what is factual is that the father, the mother, and myself have been extremely cooperative. We have been vetted. We have been checked out. We have been questioned and everything of that nature. And literally have been cleared. There is no wrongdoing. There is no negative input from the parents or any of the family. You know,
None. Right? No, you're welcome to be here, Chris. You're welcome to be here, honey. Thank you so much for being here. Barbara, thank you so much for the hiding, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you for the Jules love. Appreciate you. That really stands out to me, not just overnight footage, but Sunday afternoon too. What were investigators trying to verify before he was even reported missing? Well, I'll tell you my opinion on it. My opinion on that is that they wanted to see a couple things. Mainly, in my opinion, to see if anybody was in that home other than the mother, as the stepfather would say. And if anybody was in that home other than Sebastian and Katie, the mother. Right? Definitely shows controlling behavior. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely controlling.
You said there was, they had asked you if there was any flashlights that were missing.
Listen to this.
And that prompted you to go look. Tell me about that. There were some questions about the flashlight, so I just wanted you guys to reiterate that.
right. So Sebastian had a little, it's about a little 3-inch. If you think about the little keychain flashlights, that you used to find at vendor tables they give out for free, cheapies. It was something that he picked up at one of the local festivals, and
There's a lot of people that does.
So right now we still to this date cannot find it.
No.
So we are assuming that he took it with him because it cannot be found.
There's little keychain flashlights that he thinks that someone, or that Sebastian, out of all the things that he took that night, he didn't take a shoelace even, didn't take his phone, nothing, but he might have taken that flashlight. How interesting. How interesting. Okay. I think this is it. Let me find it right here. Wait, is this it?
Not even.
No, 1 second. Oh, well, let me play this. Let me go ahead and play this.
Yes, Mom, you.
Okay, now just listen to this. She said it's hard to, it's kind of edited right there, but or cut off there, but it says, now you were not even home, talking about the stepfather.
Not even home.
Correct, ma'am.
Yes, Mom, you fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed and you said that was around.
Hold on, what? What?
And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed.
Hold on, wait.
I fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m.
Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. here? Now, again, this is one of the very first interviews. She says, now you said Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m.? I thought he was in there playing in his room. While she was in there, talking on the phone. Continue.
And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed and you said that was around midnight.
Midnight.
And nothing was unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay.
There's actually a piece of something.
Yeah. And then, of course, after midnight, Edgar has to flush in right there, right? He's got to talk about, everything that happened with their conversation. He's got to make something transparent across the board, as if anyone with the missing child is giving a fuck about them talking about them being cleared or anything. Remember, this is very early on. Don't give a fuck if you talk about me being cleared or not. Let's find my missing child. But they want to talk about them being cleared. Get the fuck out of here.
Something very crystal clear.
Crystal
so that way there's transparency across the board.
Yeah.
Me and the mom were on the phone.
Most people don't need transparency across the fucking board if you are a parent talking about your missing child. Most people don't need to say that, so there's transparency across the board. Tell us what happened. Of course, people should believe you, because most people don't lie when their child is missing. But he wants you to know there's transparency across the board.
Something very crystal clear. So that way there's transparency across the board. Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46.
And just the way that he states, me and the mom, not Katie and I, that would be a natural conversation. Katie and I, we were on the phone, we were talking about baked beans, douche, and a lawn chair, whatever the conversation was. But that's how I would prep for a test, right? If I had to remember something, okay, the mom and I, or the mom and the dad, were on the sofa. They had a long conversation. Then this happened. And then that happened. That's how you remember things. That's how you remember situations, stories that you've never experienced. You've never lived through those experiences. If you have lived through those experiences, you would say, yeah, Katie and I, we were on the phone. We were talking, like I said, about, for instance, baked beans, douche, and a lawn chair. She kind of fell asleep a little bit. I was like, girl, get your ass up. It's time for you to go to bed. I'll, talk to you tomorrow. We, hang up after that. That's how a conversation fucking happened. This, in my opinion, did not. CP is distancing himself, calling her the mom, not Katie. Well, that is true as well. But he is, this is a step by step. Gotta remember this. Plan it in your head. Guys, hit that thumbs up, please.
46 in the evening.
Okay, listen.
We stayed on the phone.
Listen. I can't tell you what date I was at home 3 weeks prior to Sebastian going missing, but I can tell you it was 9:43 or 9:46 the night Sebastian went missing. Right? I can't tell you the date, not because I don't know, but because I can't tell you the date I was last at my own home, that you make your own home payment for, that you are definitely the king of the castle where you live, and everyone says as you does, but I can't tell you that. But I can tell you it's at 9:43 or 9:46 the last time, or when Mom and I, started talking. What YouTuber? Hey, YouTubers. Nice reducing my last comment. Brenda, thank you so much for the clutch, babies. Appreciate you very, very much.
There's transparency across the board.
Fuck.
Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46 in the evening. We stayed on the phone for quite some time. The call logs have been verified by all the police departments, TBI included. We stayed on the phone. It was very...
Okay. Now, your conversation. Try to always put yourself in someone else's shoes. What would your conversation be if you were talking to me, or you was talking to a news agency about what happened that night, right? You would be talking more about Sebastian when you last seen him, what you last heard, if anything was out of the ordinary, if anything was going on that seemed a little out of characteristic, you would be going over and everything. You would not be talking more about your alibi and the mom, as Chris says it, alibi, right? You would be talking about, how can I get my son back? Not so much about my alibi, me talking to my wife on the phone. The call logs have been verified by TBI, FBI, all of this. You're getting ahead of it, in my opinion.
Very lengthy. Mom did slightly start falling asleep while she was on the couch. I had said, hey, you need to wake up, put the dogs up, go to bed.
Now, how the fuck does he know that he is on the couch asleep? Now, she could have said that she was on the couch asleep, but that's not something he would generally be talking about, right? Yeah, I was talking to my wife. She was laying on the couch. Well, you don't see her laying on the couch. She might have said she was laying on the couch and stuff, but that's not really anything you're going to tell the reporter. You might say she's in the living room, or she was doing this or that, but she was laying on the couch. To me, that sounds more like you're there, or you were watching a video call, more like it, in my opinion. Facebook.
That was,
in my opinion,
right around midnight, just before midnight or right around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So then mom does go to bed and wakes up early in the morning to go wake her son up, get him ready for school. And now we have a worried mom who can't find her son in the house. Mom made an effort to look and search several times. Mom has called me at the time and asked me, she was like, I can't find him. I was like, do what? She goes, yeah, I cannot find him. I said, well, hang on. I made the phone call and reported it to the sheriff's department because that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, he reports it to the sheriff's department, right? The non-911 number that he is 3.5 hours away. Says, forgive me, but I was trying to make this call much quicker, because they make it very difficult for people there in Sumner County, apparently, to did my camera go on? They make it very difficult, apparently, for people in Sumner County to call 911, right? They got to do 27 transfers, right? It's like, he makes it sound like it's so complicated. Remember back in the day, when you see the operators and they're like pulling cables to make a damn phone call? Yeah, that's what they do for 911, is to make it that complicated and to take that long and to be that inconvenienced. I don't give a damn where you are in the continental United States of America, in the lower 48 or the one above us, below us, anywhere. It's not hard and it's not difficult to call 911. He called someone's cell phone, in my opinion. Well, he did call the sheriff's department, which I've shown you guys. If this is Sumner County, please hang up. If this is emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Right? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show y'all something here.
And within 10 minutes, the sheriffs were dispatched to the location.
Okay.
And you had told me that there hadn't been any particular situation that had occurred where you felt like there would have been something that happened. And I also had asked you if there were any friends that Sebastian.
Do you all have camera footage in your home?
Okay, here is another time it is asked if there is camera footage in the home, right? It wasn't 10 minutes, right? They came, I think that they got home, or they got there a lot quicker than they expected them to. I'll just say that, Miss Brandy, I think. But here's another time where they were asked about cameras inside their home. And again, they say that they didn't want to give out that information. But remember, a year later, after Sebastian went missing, even after, certainly after a year after this recording, actually, because this is one of the first recordings, they go back in their home with new search warrants for cameras inside the home and other electronics.
I've heard people saying that too.
Let me find it right here. Shit. 1 second here. Why does it do this to me? 504. Let me do it like this.
Any friends
Right up here.
that Sebastian.
Here we go. Why is it not playing that now? It gets stuck like this sometimes. I don't know why. Oh, probably because of my internet. Do it like this.
Oh, he's never.
1 second. 504. Here we go. Here we go.
Do you all have camera footage in your home? I've heard people saying that too.
Yeah.
That is some information that we cannot divulge at this time due to the ongoing investigation.
Okay. Thank you guys for being patient. I do have.
Yeah. Do you have any cameras in your home? He walked out, in the middle of the night. This investigation of him walking out, a 15-year-old boy walking out without shoes in the middle of the night. We can't divulge that because of the ongoing investigation. Oh, Brandy, God, I wish I could say some things. Oh, Lord.
Of 4 or 5 more messages that just popped up that said they want to know that you definitely took a polygraph and passed because it got cut off by a different question and they feel like you did not answer that.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking one more time. This is the last time, guys. I'm going to revisit this question.
Okay.
Listen.
For the record.
No, he said he passed.
Now, even the interviewer here interrupted Chris because it was the 3rd time being asked, and she took it as he said he and Katie and Seth passed a polygraph. Again, 1st or 2nd interview at the time. Now, I do believe that they gave perhaps Katie a polygraph at the time. Now, Seth said something the other night, and I think, in my opinion, he got it mixed up because, and I made the point in the chat room in Chris's chat, because they said they asked Katie and Seth or Chris to do a polygraph at that time. And he says they both take it, but no. No, Chris did not take a polygraph at that time. Chris even said on Nancy Grace that he did not need to take a polygraph because they knew where he was at that night. Nancy Grace said, fine, will you take one for the show? Name the time and place, Chris says. Nancy names the time and place. She not only makes it convenient for Chris to take the polygraph. Remember, she didn't ask Katie to take the polygraph. She asked Chris to take the polygraph. She delivers the polygraph machine and polygrapher on a silver platter to Chris, but he declines. He said, now the TBI says that they will give me a polygraph, even though he said prior that they didn't need to give me a polygraph because they knew where I was at. No meme. That's Don Wells, who had the 7 alibis. Close. Right. So continue listening. He misses the mark the 2 times they asked if he had taken a polygraph. And then the 3rd time, even again, this is the 1st or 2nd interview that he is done. They have done. This is how early on into Sebastian's disappearance it is. The reporter thinks, Mo, she's talking to someone in the chat. He says he passed. And then Chris says, no, wait. Listen.
It got cut off by a different question. Thank you guys for being patient. I do have 4 or 5 more messages that just popped up that said they want to know that you definitely took a polygraph and passed because it got cut off by a different question and they feel like you did not answer that.
Listen.
So I'm just asking one more time. This is the last time, guys, I'm going to revisit this question.
Listen.
Okay. For the record.
Mo, he said he passed it, according.
Mo, he said he passed it. She interrupts Chris.
Well, hold on. Somebody asked the question, was a polygraph taken and has it been passed? Yes. I didn't specify who or when. But what I can tell you, everything has been vetted completely. Polygraphs have come back as passed.
Plural polygraphs.
So I'm confused as in...
Well, because you have to answer it like that, right? You have to answer it like that. So I'm not confused a bit. There was nothing confusing about the question. In fact, it shouldn't have been that confusing that for you to skirt around the question 3 times. You will never see Seth skirting around any question or giving anything like that, right? Seth was took the test on Nancy Grace's, and this was given by the former, or maybe it is even, yeah, I think it is former head of the Washington, D.C. and Quantico FBI, former FBI head of the polygraphy division. You couldn't have gotten a better polygraph anywhere on the planet. Seth took it. Right, Mohawk. That's the comment of the day. I got it. He passed on taking the polygraph test. Yes. Oh, I've got to remember that. Please remember that for me next time we talk about a polygraph. When they say they took it, yeah, they passed on taking the polygraph test. That's really good. Guys, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Doing all that good stuff. CP would confirm his alibi with receipts if he was straightforward. There is nobody that would love to shove his alibi in anybody's face more than Chris, right? And if he had receipts, he would be giving it to us.
Why they're all wondering if myself, my wife, and the biological father took one. When law enforcement agency has come out and told everybody, even in the TBI news link, if you guys hadn't read that, please go out and read that. That's got a lot of great information in it, especially it's probably the most up-to-date information. But they will even tell you, at this point in time, they have no reason to speculate foul play.
Well, that's what they publicly say, right? And we agree with that, right? But they didn't say anything about the polygraph, which was what the question was about.
anything on the parents. Everybody's been extremely cooperative of anything and everything they've asked us.
Okay. This is something that people get very confused about, in my opinion, that law enforcement uses this term and people think, oh, well, and it's a good thing that anyone is cooperative, right? Let's be real. Cooperation is a good thing. But cooperation does not mean truthful, right? Cooperation means you will answer, you are working with, you are most likely speaking to law enforcement, but you can speak to law enforcement till the day of judgment. It doesn't mean you are being truthful, right? It doesn't mean you're being truthful. So when law enforcement says they are, cooperating, that's great, as any parent should. It doesn't mean anybody's being truthful in any case. Don't let ever that be a measurement to say, oh, well, something doesn't stink here. Considering the CPS reports in the lawsuit, they have every right to suspect them, period. LE knew about the reports and ignored them. Bingo. Yes. He passed on the poly and he passed on the truth. Right. Chris operates like he's military captive in a war zone. Is your name Chris? It depends. You can speculate all you want. I'm transparent across the board. My name is my name. That's what CP. Yeah. I always said he likes semantics. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. Thank you very much. What is it, Lisa Lee? Lie detector? What about lie detector, baby? You put something else up? What else did Lisa say? Justin, have you ever felt KP is scared of CP? If you don't want to answer, I understand. I think, I think she knows I don't think she's this wounded, damsel in distress. I think she knows who he is, and I think she's more scared of losing her lifestyle, in my opinion. I do not, Nicole. No. And I know Seth doesn't obviously like anybody saying that, but I've just got to be truthful to you guys. I don't think Sebastian was alive after midnight on February 25th, 2024. But I also understand working in funeral homes and hospice that, and also, I've lost my mom and my dad and all of it, close people in my family and stuff. Whenever you learn someone dies, you don't even accept it to begin with. If you've ever lost someone really close, you don't even believe it. So you just cannot believe someone. It's hard for, especially a parent, to believe when that's all they have, right? That's all they got, is that they dropped their kid off, they should be fine, and then one minute they're missing, and they have to have that hope to continue to get out of bed every day. You know, I get that. I mean, I don't understand that, but I can understand what Seth is saying, you know, to get him out of bed. You know what I mean? Don't fear, soul. Thank you so much for the jewels, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you very, very much, my dear. Thank you. Really do appreciate you, love. I see a pattern. The camera answer and the polygraph answer have something in common. Neither was a simple denial or a confirmation. Both left us with more questions than answer. He's doing this 1,000% on purpose. Yes, absolutely. It takes a strong person to work in a funeral home. I've worked in 3 different funeral homes. My cousin and uncle own one. Oh, nice. Nice. In my opinion, there's never been a sense of urgency to find Sebastian, and their interviews sound scripted. Well, you know, I agree. And just think about this. I guess they were on a panel the other day, and listen, do I believe Katie misses her son, Sebastian? 1,000%. I do. I do believe she misses him. That doesn't mean, in my opinion, that she's truthful about things that she could be involved in or may have happened. I don't think any parent could be happy, meaning with this investigation of the police not finding their kid in 2.5 years. Especially not having a freaking update in 2.5 years. And you would, a parent saying, let law enforcement do their job. Motherfucker, you've had 2.5 years to do your job, and you can't even clear the 3 family, the 3 parents. Yeah, right. Chris and Katie and Seth should be down there and being like, why the hell have you not been able to clear us in 3 or 2.5 years? Because I know they can clear Seth if they want to, but they're not going to, because, in my opinion, at least, because they can't clear others closer to the home. I don't think Katie misses Sebastian, and she don't love him. If she should have came before Chris. Oh yeah. But there's sadly a lot of men and women who put other men and women before their kids. Just the way it is.
Okay.
Not everyone.
And said, I would like for Chris to clarify what he meant when he said he hasn't seen Sebastian since early February.
Listen.
Are you able to clarify? And if you're not, just state that.
Yeah, just state it.
So I cannot give certain details with this investigation, and that's kind of one of those.
Yeah. Now, again, you heard earlier that I think it was Granny and Elevated Truth saying that these vehicles or these cell phones or the Wi-Fi, there's 2 devices coming and going in the area on the 25th and the 26th. Okay. I have never seen a case ever. Please find me one if you disagree with me. Of a parent not being able to say when they were in their own home with a child, with their child that before they went missing, weeks before their child went missing. Why couldn't you say you were in your home? Well, to me, that says a lot. It's either, in my opinion, due to maybe incriminating potentially yourself of whenever, devices going in and out of an area, or it could even be CPS related and or both. Just like he could not answer, again, all the important questions about Sunday. Well, why are they wanting to know about the camera before Sebastian went missing? Right? Before Sebastian went missing on Sunday, wanting camera footage of the area. Now, again, I don't care. I'm not on. I'm for the pro-truth. And I don't think, again, Seth's perfect. I love him, but I don't care what you think, right? Seth can answer any question that is given to him. He can answer any question. He can't say, there's nothing that Seth, that, doesn't say that, I can't talk about. Now, there's certain things that he can't talk about his lawsuit right now that he's going on with. But up until then, he's will answer any fucking question in the last 2.5 years. It's not about anything other than that.
Things. Okay. Justify, and if you're not, just state that.
So I cannot give certain details with this investigation, and that's kind of one of those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wished I could eventually down the road. I'm sure that will allow to come out.
Well,
okay.
But
years later,
as it stands right now, the answer that I've given is early February was the last.
Yeah. Did it fuck up? 1 second. Hold on. He just wants answers for his kid. Damn, my internet's going in and out. 521. Maybe.
Oh, I'm confused as in.
Sorry. Maybe that was the end of it.
He's that I saw Sebastian.
Okay.
Are you able to clarify? And if you're not, just state that.
Listen to what he says here.
So I cannot give certain details with this investigation, and that's kind of one of those things.
Okay.
Of course.
I wished I could eventually down the road. I'm sure that will allow to come out.
Right here.
Okay.
But
right here.
As it stands right now, the answer that I've given is early February.
Early February
was the last time that I saw Sebastian. And no, I was not home when all of this took place. I actually got back to Nashville. I believe it was later in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
But I was on the phone with the police for the majority of that day until I physically got here.
And
I don't
a
believe
question that I've seen asked, so I figured I wrote it down to ask you. Why was the sheriff's office called and not 911?
This fucking internet. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to try to play something else right here before it screws up. Maybe. Okay, check this out. This is the dispatch.
Stafford Court, Hendersonville.
Please work. 4853. Let me do it.
Is there
Maybe. 4853.
Stafford Court, Hendersonville. Caller advised that the 15-year-old male is not in the bed.
Caller advised that the 15-year-old is not in the bed. Caller advised that the 15-year-old is not in the bed.
Medium white male, 30 blonde hair, approximately 5 foot, 120 pounds.
15 years old, dirty blonde hair, white male. Now, listen to this.
I was going to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants.
Black sweatshirt, black sweatpants.
Do you know those have a form of autism?
Has a form of autism.
This is the first time it happened.
This is the first time it's happened. What's it's happened? How do you know that he walked out of... How do you know he walked out of the house? If your 15-year-old is, you, for instance, you check your cameras inside KK, and you check your cameras outside KK, and you have your neighbors look, or like, you would be confused as anybody. Why is my kid not in the bed? Did he walk out? Did someone take him? What happened?
I'm going to be in the home before midnight.
Listen to that.
Autism.
You can hear the
This
helicopter.
is the first time it happened. I'm going to be in the home before midnight. The doors are
Last known to be in the home before midnight. The doors were locked.
This is the first time it happened. I'm going to be in the home before midnight. The doors are locked at this time.
The doors are
47,
locked.
184, and 12. Juvenile. Left his son at the house. The mother is driving around looking for him.
Left his phone at the house. Doors are locked. And mother is looking around for him. If all my back doors and all the doors was locked when I got up, and his phone was there and his shoes was there, I wouldn't think he walked out of the house. That is for damn sure. If your kid, heaven forbid, you wake up and your kid isn't home and the doors are locked and the shoes are still there and his phone's on the counter, you're not going to think he walked out the damn door.
In the Victoria Place subdivision, and she is driving a baby blue Infinity.
And she's driving a baby blue Infinity with a camera on it. Right? Crazy. She drove around fast, windows up. Sure did. Sure did. Absolutely. Thank you, Tori. Appreciate you. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you so much, babes. Appreciate you. Kid's not gonna walk and leave out of that house with no shoes. Hell no. Hell no. How convenient. How convenient. Yes. Guys, my internet is terrible tonight. I'm going to end it right here. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Damn. It's crazy. I really do appreciate you. I will have my video out. I'll be finished editing it tonight. Finally. It's taken for so long. I've really been trying to do a really good job editing it. and it takes a long time to record it and stuff like that. But I've been working every single day on the video, on the case out of Philadelphia, the father and son duo with all the women that went missing inside the house. That video will be out tomorrow, so check for that. Please watch it all the way through. Hit the thumbs up, share it, please. I'm trying to do one video a week, at least, like a good video a week now. We'll be live definitely on the Ohio House of Horrors tomorrow, because there's a lot of stuff breaking on that as well. So don't forget about that. Was the camera in the car that morning or not? It was on her dash the night before, allegedly working. Was it working that morning? I think it was working that morning, yes. Justin works very hard. Be sure to hype. Thank you so much, Cindy. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you very much. Yeah. More charges, yeah. Can you imagine that just living in that place was bad enough? Now, which I wasn't surprised, the SA charges. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. All right, guys, get some rest, everyone. Take good care of yourselves. Justice for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. You only get so many trips around the sun. Take good care of yourselves. Thank you again, Tori, Leslie, Deb, everyone. Appreciate you guys. Love you all. Good night, Miss Roxy. Good night, everyone. God bless. Good night.